saw you and your family. Hey, I'm live. Yeah, I found something that only works on a globe. Bad news. I'm just kidding. It's not bad news. Math, it works. If you want to be on a globe, you can make the math work. You can. Because otherwise, it wouldn't make sense, right? I mean, I believed it my whole life. I don't now, but there's actually a lot of reasons why. What do you guys think? Let me find something here. Okay. La. Don't be like this guy. Research ladder. Yeah, math. That's the only thing that works on a globe. But here's the thing. If you don't start out on a globe, the math will also work. Here we go. We got some Sean Hawkins is in the chat. Maybe he'll help us out here maybe. Let's see. A 300-foot tall container ship would have to go 500 miles out before it would disappear due to angular resolution. Why do we see them disappear at 20 miles? You can't really see much further than 20 miles depending on the air, how thick it is or foggy or whatever. There's a spot I go to sometimes that is 30 miles away from downtown Minneapolis, and some days you can't see the buildings at all. It just looks like kind of like blue sky, and other days you can see them crystal clear. Actually, I wonder if I have a. Let's do this. Let me go. Oops, that's not what I was trying to do. Yeah. Sorry. On the screen is an epic fail. That's a satellite taking that picture. It's called an epic fail. Let's see. Minneapolis. Hey, there we go. Just watch a video. Oh, wait, what's this? A 9-minute video of winter drone in Minneapolis. You can check that out. Oh, here we are. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Sorry, I got a picture over here. Okay. So I'm in Elk River here, and we're looking 30 miles to downtown. See how flat it is, by the way? Sometimes you can't see those buildings at all. And then other times you can see them like this, pretty clear. So, yeah. Let's see what else there was there. There was actually a video there where I took, let's see, Minneapolis skyline and surrounding city water towers. This footage was captured with the Nikon D1000, a P900, and a DJI Mini Pro. And just your average Joe. Let's watch it. Oh, we gotta get the sound, I think. Is it just music? Okay, we'll listen to it. So I'm in the same spot, I think. Let me, yeah, I'm in the same spot. See, there's trees in the way a little bit. If you move left and right, there's Dayton, Minnesota, water tower, which is strange to see right there, because Dayton's like 10 miles or so, and downtown's 20 miles further than that. It's just because it's flat. See, I moved to the right, I think, a little bit. Look how far I can see there from Elk River. Anoka County Courthouse. From Elk River. I'm looking at Anoka, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Anoka, Minnesota, you can see right on the water tower. What an awesome camera, huh? Been there a time or two. I think we all have. Maybe not. What's that there? Blaine? Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Oh yeah, I recognize that. Bird flying. Horrible cameraman. Yeah, look at how far you can see from where I'm at. It's like there's like some gravel pits, and this one road, it's like I don't know, 100 feet higher than most of the area around it. Anthony Dickinson is in the house. I hope you got a chance to catch the video yesterday. You don't have to watch the whole thing; it's 4 hours long. But Ramsey, Minnesota. Oops, I'm trying to turn this down just a little bit. Paul Levi says has Psalm 9 verse 1. I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth all thy marvelous works. That's awesome. Sorry for the shaky camera. Shoreview, Minnesota, from Elk River. That's just a long distance. Oh, this is a long video. Okay, let's see. Oh, we're gonna look downtown finally, or what? Okay, hopefully. Yeah, see how clear the air is on this day? You'd be able to count the windows on the buildings. Looks like I'm trying to get my camera, like, ascending. Oh yeah, look at this plane. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no! Flashback. Did you guys catch that? I forgot about that. Let me do that again. That was funny. Not funny, but it was, I had to take the opportunity to do it because, you know. Flashback, get it? Okay, this video is getting boring. Let's see here, what else we got? Oh, we got a drive. Oh, here's a time lapse. That's cool. Cool. Oh, here's driving up to the city. With a dirty windshield. Oh, here's some drone footage of the city. Cool, huh? Winter time. There's that ugly stadium. Summertime. Look at that flat horizon. Oh yeah, I was gonna try to explain. I'm actually having fun watching this. I figured what I want to do is just watch some videos that I've made. Water is always flat as its surface when at rest. Downtown Minneapolis is like a pretty small city compared to a lot. Looks pretty flat to me. Cool video. Let's search my channel for more. Let's do this. Where was I? Oh yeah. Oh cool. Firmament Liquor. Firmament Liquor. I live, that's a hilarious name. I lived at the form mark on the 31st floor when I came to Flowers and stuff. Cool. I don't know where that building is. But 31st floor, that's way up there. Way up there. Holy cow. That's way up there. Let's see what else we got. Do you guys know how many videos I have, like, of just, like, the lake when it was starting to freeze. Okay, actually, let's entertain what Sean Hawkins is saying. What proof only works on a globe? Oh, math. If you live on a globe, you can make the math work. That's all. Because, well, another thing that would work, but it doesn't, is curvature. If we could find curvature, then it would work on a globe. But an example would be curvature, but there is none. So that would be, you know, I was just answering Anthony. So math, just, you know, numbers. We can make numbers do just about anything. So Sean Hawkins says, please prove how the geometry of 1 degree per 60 nm of polaris drop. I think you're just talking about matches reality on camera. I don't think you've proven it. Sean, what you have to understand is you're making up a flat earth of your own. You and I live in the same world. So you just think it's one way and I just think it's another way. But you don't inject false things into, like I wouldn't go to you and say, oh yeah, you think you live on a globe. You know, I wouldn't say anything that wasn't true, or like wasn't, like when I say that the earth is stationary, that's a great argument for the flat earth. And, you know, Sean would say, no, you dummy, that's the earth rotating, when we watch the stars rotating, like the sky. I think I had it right here. See on this, well, it was on the thumbnail right there, Star Trails. See, that's because the sky is turning. So there's really not much that we could actually argue. We can't really argue with that. Everybody observes it. And so here's the thing. I don't want the example of, you're a moving train with no windows and it's on smooth track. Would you know you're moving? I don't really care about your funny story. I'm talking about reality. The ground that is beneath your feet doesn't move. And here's the problem with what modern science, or with globe science, I'll call it globe science, it's wrong, because it starts out with the opposite understanding of reality. It starts out by saying that the ground's rotating. And when we look up at the sky and literally see the sky turning, see the stars moving in the sky, the modern science starts out with the sky looking that way because the ground is rotating. It's in error. It's greatly in error. And by the way, that's something that the prophets wrote about, guys. Enoch, he said that the whole order of the stars would be concealed from the sinners. So come to the truth, Sean Hawkins. Seriously, I know you're interested. Lance says, I guarantee you I can feel it. Feel what? Miracle? I hope not. That means you gotta... You're drinking too much. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Okay. Jupiter, blah, blah, blah. This is some old footage that I'm looking at here. Let's see. Normal isn't going to return. Ooh, there's some scary videos here. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this. Let's go to my other channel that I got. How can I do that? Can I do that while I'm streaming? We'll find out. Let's see here. We'll just go over there. We'll watch a video. It's called Flatter Every Day. It's this channel. Go subscribe. I'll put a link in the description. I mean in the, sorry. In the chat. I'll spam it in there, like I did the other day, because it got me 8 more subscribers. Woo, 45. Oh, thank you, Lance. A train moving, yes. If a train is moving, it's moving. It's so simple. If a merry-go-round's going around and you close your eyes or whatever, it doesn't have anything to do with the Earth. It's just an excuse oh, Lance says, let's see here, makes noise if you're going to move air. That's why you can't move totally quiet. True. True. Let's see here. Lance says, I'm an HVAC guy who can't move there, or you can't move there without making noise. Train country, they're going to make some noise. Yeah, exactly. And even the concept, okay, even the concept of, oh yeah, if you're on a perfectly still airplane or whatever, it doesn't matter because that story or that question is not related in any way to the stationary ground and the moving sky. See, that's something that, let's check out a couple videos here, or at least one. Which one? Have you ever seen the sunset above the horizon before? I have. Let's see what this is all about.
They tell us that the sun moves 15 degrees per hour in our sky above the Earth. I have noticed that this is not true. For a good part of the day this is true, but at sunset, the sun stops changing position at that 15 degrees and it slows down when it comes close to making apparent contact with the horizon. This is because the sun is a light in the sky that is limited by atmosphere and the things on the ground between you and the sun. The light from the sun can be blocked by anything that is taller than you and between you and the sun. Your neighbor's fence can block the sun when the angle to the sun is low and close to the horizon and their fence is only 8 feet tall. Have you ever seen the sun disappear from the bottom side first while the sun is still above the horizon? Take a look at this footage. The light from the sun is being blocked out by the low elevation air that is most dense down on the ground where we usually see the sun setting from. So when we go above that thick low elevation air, we can see that it is just being blocked out and eventually becoming not visible through the thick air. Don't listen to people that say the sun would never set on a flat earth. Because the sun does appear to set on flat earth. When they say that, they are thinking of a graph on paper, which does not represent reality in any way. Drawing a diagram and pretending that your diagram is representing reality is just a way to avoid the truth. Go out and observe the sun in its light, and pay attention to your surroundings. You will soon realize that the earth is most certainly stationary and the sun is moving over the flat earth. Thank you for watching.
Sorry guys, I realized I had my green screen on that whole time, so it might have made the video a little screwy. Let's watch another one. Thanks, Anthony. getting farther away, my true sense. In motion. Let's watch this one. It's only got 21 views, so I'm going to try to help it out. Let's get up to 22.
That is spinning in circles.
Whoops.
Because the truth is that we all... Do you see these stars flying in circles? Or do you see the stars flying in circles and interpret what you do see to be something other than what you do see, coming to the conclusion that it is actually you that is spinning in circles? Because the truth is that we all observe the stars moving over our houses at night, in a predictable and reliable way, counted on by people throughout all of time, in order to tell time, seasons, days, and years. It is a perfect clock. This is because it has motion. The sky is in motion, as your screen is showing. I don't have to test this. Everyone on Earth observes this every night. The stars are in motion. The sun is in motion. The moon is in motion. The planets are in motion. These are facts. They don't need to be disputed because that would be pure confusion. To live in a world where the sky rotates above it, and watch people in that world trying to say that the sky isn't rotating is something else. Pay attention to your reality. Shouting out to you something other than you have been taught. Listen. The only thing that we know is not in motion is the earth beneath our feet. This is also something that has been consistent and reliable and solid all throughout time, and men have counted on the ground being solid and not moving. To think it is in motion, rotating on its axis, this is insane. Please look at the ground for the next 10 seconds. Did it rotate? No, it is an observation you just made of the earth being completely stationary. This is not something to be embarrassed about. Notice and acknowledge it. It might change your life. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Okay, let's see if there's one more. Maybe it's this one. We have been leaving lives. I think I put this on my FWO channel. Lance, good question. Lance says, I don't want to sound dumb, but why can't it move, rotate? Why can't I rotate if it's flat? Maybe it could. I'm not saying it can't. What I'm saying is that it doesn't. We observe it not rotating. Look at the floor. It doesn't matter if in some alternative scenario, like the moving train, that it would appear to be stationary. If you were riding on a moving train, the floor would appear to be stationary. That has nothing to do with the observation that we do make. It says 27 on my page. Oh, like the views, maybe? But yeah, we can make a scenario up and say, it could be this. I mean, I got Red's rhetoric to say that. Well, it could be that the Earth was in motion, or Earth was rotating and the sky was not. And I said, yep, it could. But the point that the flat earthers would make is that it could, but it doesn't. It isn't. We observe it not moving. That's not difficult, guys. Why would anybody argue with that? Because it's actually an observation everybody makes. It's like, when you're a child, you look up at the stars and you know they're moving across the sky. Because you look at them and they look like they're in a different place every time you look. Let's see here. Let's just see what this one is. It's only a minute.
If you look carefully, you will see that the earth we live on is not what we were taught. We were raised on a globe in a solar system. None of that exists. There is the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the planets. They actually are flying over the earth in a circle, just like the Bible says. We surely have inherited lies in this generation. The hardest test you may have in your life is to overcome this lie we were all raised on. We were all taught the opposite of the observable reality we live in. The sky rotates while the earth is stationary. Why were we taught the opposite? But if you want to know the truth, you can find it.
Yaswell Soaring makes a good point. Let me pause it. Okay, if a balloon was to go up in the air, the ground would start moving below you. That's how we know it's not moving. Very good point. Wouldn't that be the most simple experiment? And they would say, but the atmosphere is moving along with it. Okay, but the balloon would start to drag behind. The atmosphere would start to drag behind. It would always be dragging behind. Because if friction or whatever is what's moving it, then the higher you go, the less it would be rotating with the ground. And the whole point is that none of it rotates. We all observe, like you've seen a train with the steam coming out of it or wherever, the smoke coming out of it. And that smoke just kind of stays where it comes out. It doesn't like go off in some direction on its own, like unless it's windy out. Captain Caveman makes a good point. We have instruments to measure these things. No movement until earthquakes shake seismographs. It's measured. It is measured all over the world, right? Let's see, Lance says, if you can stay floating in the air for one day, you'll float above China. Exactly. And or get in a helicopter and just hover 3 feet off the ground and look out for the buildings flying at you at 1,000 miles an hour, right? What a joke. The point is that we don't observe any kind of motion, ever. And somebody that's watching right now wants to say, I observe motion. I observe the earth rotating. Just look up at the sky. Like, okay, Anthony says, in a world where people think they are always moving faster than a speeding bullet, I guess they all think they are Superman. Good point. Yep, Tim Pack says the Creator, Yah, set it on an immovable foundation, established that it be not moved. That's, what is that? Chronicles 16, 1 Chronicles 16:30. Let's see here. 93-minute orbit. Yeah, that's the ISS has like a 93-minute orbit, I think. So, let's do this. I want to go back to my channel. How do I do that? Or I suppose I can just go like this. Oh, I could hit my channel. I think I hit it way too late. Yeah, I did. I can do it over here. Your channel. Do you guys see the warning there? Hey, welcome, David Beverly. He agrees. Hey, true, no motion perceived. None, nada. Sean Hawkins says a 300-foot tall container ship would have to go 500 miles out before it would disappear due to angulars. No, it wouldn't, Sean. Why do we see them disappear at 20 miles? You just can't see them anymore. They're too small. There's too many things in the air in the way between you and the container ship. Yeah, I think you're right, Anthony. He said, I think either Job or Isaiah say it's immovable. Probably both. And then the whole, it's all through the Bible and it's all through all the apocryphal books. The earth is not moving. It's the only thing that is this like solid ground where matter is. Let's see here. Not according to angular resolution and perspective. Okay, Sean, let's do this. Go to a place where it's perfectly flat, where the ground is flat, and like a train track, and look down the train track and tell me how many miles. You're saying that a train on the train track should be something like 500 miles away before we don't see it anymore? You're being ridiculous, Sean. Let's see here. No flat Earth has ever done the math to calculate what the angular resolution of an object should be at distance. Well, I think we have, actually. David Weiss has. And he's done a demonstration with a ball, or yeah, it was a big, like, beach ball or something. And you can do it yourself, Sean. Have you? Take something and how much smaller in size does it get when it's twice as far away and twice as far away? Do the math. You're not going to see a container ship at 500 miles, my friend. Let's see here. Jesus Freak, Computer Geek. Oh, wait. Above that, we got Yasmo Soaring. It says Psalm 96:10. Go tell the heathen the earth is established, that it shall not be moved. Is that really what it says? I better look that up. I didn't know that it said that. I'm sure it says something like that, but I just... Whoops, I just wrote 96. We got some comments from Jesus Freak Computer Geek about angular resolution. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth, the world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. That's right. It shall not be moved. Tell them. That's a great verse. I didn't realize that it said that. That's awesome. Okay, David Beverly says, angular resolution, also known as the Rayleigh criterion, and spatial resolution is the minimum angular distance between two distant objects that an instrument can discern resolvable detail. Or like the eye, I suppose, like the human eye or whatever. As an example, if a person holds two pens 10 centimeters apart and stands 2 meters from you, you can discern there are two pencils. Okay, I see. And look at that, he even supplies you with a link, Sean. Should we go there? Let's go there. Let's see here. Open it in the tab. I'll bring it up. Bring it in there for you. Should be here. There we are. Sciencing.com. How to calculate angular resolution. Apparently Menards is having a sale. I was at Menards today. I spent a couple $100 there today. Got a $20 rebate. Okay, I'll just scroll. So yeah, you can do all the math if you want to. I'm not interested in the math myself, but I'll bet you that, Sean, if you do the math, I bet you you're not accurate at all saying that you see a container ship 500 miles away. Because I don't think you'd see a container ship 50 miles away. That's just a guess that I'm making. It's not like some fact. Paul Levi says, Shalom from under the dome, brothers and sisters. Let's see. Definition is nations of heathen. Okay. David Beverly says, the link isn't that great, sorry. But hey, it's a link. It's how to calculate it. And I'm looking at the chat, so I forgot we were on that screen even. Let's see. My channel. Do you guys know that I have some videos on stars and wandering stars? Oh! Okay. I know what we're going to do for a minute here. I almost named this video, I almost went a different direction with this video. And this is kind of what got me to do the video. Okay. Hey, look, I'm live. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Let's do this. What is it? Star Talk. Okay, we're going to watch something, or part of something. This is a video today, 4 hours ago. that's how we are over here. We're like right on these guys. Now, this is hilarious.
Peace out, leaving home just to change my phone plan.
Sorry about the ad.
Switching from...
That's a terrible song. You know what my favorite ad is? The one that says, we're going to discuss something that's not very fun to discuss or whatever, and then the other guy sitting there goes, or we can skip it, and he points to the skip ad button. It was great. I think you guys have probably seen it. Okay.
What's the brightest star?
Okay, hold on. We'll just watch it, I guess, for a minute here.
Yeah.
Hey, Neil.
What's the brightest star?
Are we talking my career here, Neil?
By the way, I just have to point out how blazed Chuck is right now.
I've been waiting for us to get around to
I think it's funny. But anyway, they're going to talk about the North Star. I talk about the North Star a lot.
Jim spot in the Milky Way.
It is funny that a fundamental word in all of Hollywood is derived from black connection.
It is the most fundamental word.
Are you a star? Meaning, are you burning so much in your fuel in your car?
Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear it. For some reason, for me, it's like extra quiet. Maybe maybe I have my volume down. I can barely hear him. So let's see here. Okay. Yeah, look at Chuck. Chuck's having a good time.
Right. And the Walk of Fame is a star. That's all extra.
Well, they said that from everything I've ever heard, that's the North Star. That's the North Star. It always finds your way home because it's the brightest star in the sky. Just follow the North Star.
Yeah, so in
Not.
my experience, 9 out of 10 people will say that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They'll see the first bright star after sunset, and then assert that it's the North Star.
So
When in 100% of those cases, they're looking at a planet.
Well, that makes sense. Planet. Right there.
Yeah, well, planet's right in front of our noses.
Planet's right.
Oh, I gotta talk about comment in the chat. Anthony says, after full, what are your thoughts about the 7 domes? It's kind of a new concept for me. That seems to be someone taking liberty to explain something that they don't understand. Okay. I believe there's 7 layers of heaven. That's me also saying kind of that there's 7 firmaments. And I think that's about the furthest I'd go with that. Because the firmament is where the sun, moon, and stars that God set them in the firmament, okay? And they're to give light upon the earth and for signs, seasons, days, and years. As far as calling them domes, I can see that, but yeah, I don't think that they're like a structure the way that you're thinking or that you're hearing about the new concept here. Keep in mind that we live in a world that's corruptible. The things in this world are corruptible, and the things in the world above our world are not. They're different. I'm not saying I get it. That's what I don't think anybody gets, is that the nature of the celestial realm or the spiritual realm. And what really makes me think of that is when Jesus was resurrected, he had a body, and that whole concept of that actually really interests me in a way where I know that I'm not going to understand it while I'm in this body. Like, there's something about it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I couldn't argue with the idea that there's 7 heavens. And that's just my thoughts. I don't think that there's a structure like a dome, like a piece of glass over the earth. See, the people that actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I want to take the opportunity to talk about the dome, the firmament, really quick. And like Job 37:18 says, hast thou with them spread out the sky, which is strong as a molten looking glass. So the sky, it's strong, like a glass, like a molten looking glass. But we have to apply all the things we know about what's in the firmament and what's happening in the firmament. We have to apply that if we're going to be talking about the firmament. And the firmament is moving very fast. The sky is moving very fast. We know that. So, interesting, Anthony. You always get me on thinking on so many levels. So, I was just looking at this. Go back a page or two. I was on SpaceX's photo stream because I was looking at something that just came back from that place of darkness, and it's all burnt and don't stop, computer. Okay. Inspiration for the mission. Okay, see this, these people? This is after they got off their Dragon capsule. So, let's look at it. Let's look at the condition of this Dragon, okay? Do you see what it looks like? How it looks all burnt? It's because it's burnt. Because it was just traveling at a super high speed and coming in contact with the air that we live in, and from being outside of the air that we live in. Okay? The firmament's very hard. It's so hard that when something tries to punch through it, it causes fire. Okay? Let's do this. We're going to search something out. We'll come back to Neil deGrasse Tyson. I want to show you something. We're just going to do a YouTube search for a video that Elon Musk put up. They had, this should be good. Look at this. Is this like, Whitsitt gets it slide in San Diego. Shout out, Whitsitt. How dark is space? Hubble Space Telescope.
Here they lit up a little bit. Oh gosh, here they lit up a lot. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's this little latch thing over here, Lori. Oh gosh, that's a little bit of sunlight too.
What should I
And
say?
we we measured how much light we were getting, and we're pleased to find out that, not much of the camera, in fact, a trivial number was hertz. But this is the kind of thing you have to think about. When you're measuring how dark something is, what's the light that's coming in that's bothering you that has nothing to do with that?
What, bothering you?
We had a teleconference once, and when we were working on this, and Alice Bowman was there, Alan Stern was there, and we were killing time before it started, and I asked Alan, so are you sure that there's no navigation lights in the spacecraft? Because Alan is a pilot, and
boring.
Really was thinking about spacecraft. There's no reason to put navigation lights on the...
Yeah, they'll give me a wrench. I'm just kidding. Some people just give you a wrench. Schrodinger's cat or whatever just gave me a wrench one day. He's like, you're a moderator now. Like, I've never even been here. It's the first time coming here. No, I'm just kidding. I've been there before. Let's see. We're going to talk about something. We're going to study something out a little bit. This is something I made a video not too long ago, about kind of inquiring from you guys. What is plasma? If anybody knows about plasma, let me know. Anthony, me too. It's a good song though. That girl Kai that Austin is dating or whatever, she got some music talent, like crazy music talent. Really good. I'm very impressed with the music she made or whatever, those songs. Wow. You guys, maybe we should go there. Let's see. Plasma on re-entry. So hot. Okay, so this is I'll just show you this. This is well, wait a minute. Here's the video I was talking about. So this is, okay, a fairing. Let me just show you what a fairing is, just so you know exactly what it is. Okay, so when the rocket launches, let's just look at this picture, I guess. See where it says Starlink on there? That big kind of cone thing, horn, that horn is something that protects whatever they're bringing into the space or whatever. Okay, so this is another image. So what happens is once they get out of the air, they eject these. This fairing goes in half. It like breaks in half and goes shooting out to the sides. So this is what it looks like when they pick it up out of the ocean. Okay, so that's half of one of them. Okay, so they put a camera inside of this, and we can watch it. Oops. So they put a camera inside of it, and you'll be able to see part of the fairing in the video down at the bottom here. But this is what happens when that's simply falling back to the earth. Thank you, Jesus, free computer key. It's a weird thing, isn't it? He says plasma is high energized matter, almost like a fluid but electric. Okay, just check out this video. This is just a fairing falling. Whoa! It's just a fairing falling back to the ground, and it goes through these phases. So as it gains speed, plasma starts to form. See, it's coming through those little holes there and towards the bottom. Whoops, did I pause it or what? Oh. See the sparks flying? That's just falling through the air. This is why the firmament is solid, it's hard. Get the drift. There's the parachute. And then it stops. Because it's going really fast through that. Yeah, thanks, Anthony. He's got a link for Austin's live. And actually, that's where I'll be going probably too after I'm done here. Okay, so they're trying to catch it and shit, which is re-entry plasma is something that I want to know more about. There's a reason why. Because what happens? Oh, that's the same video, I guess. In the cockpit of the shuttle, it's like a 9-minute period where there's no communication with the shuttle. Like it's somewhere else, right? There's no communication, so I don't understand how that is. I don't get it. The science of re-entry. I don't think it's science at all. It's just trying to destroy the earth. Anyway, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Just, you guys gotta hear this. He's gonna talk about polaris. And he's gonna say like the exact opposite things that I always say. So, by the way, check this out too. There's a comment in there from me. Reading Hawk 71, it gives a description of what is happening at the layers.
Here, man! But for me, the funny part is they'll make a wish. Star bright, first star, right. And then they make a wish, and of course the wish don't come true.
Okay, listen carefully to what he says, you guys. This is funny. He's gonna all of a sudden anti-science the whole video. He's just gonna go against everything that we observe. Watch.
So if you have a rotating Earth, it's just sort of rotating, and the axis is just sort of sitting there as it's around it, that axis is pointing to a spot in space.
Okay. Did you guys hear where he went wrong there? He just went into his mind and imagined something and said, well, if this is happening, just picture it rotating there. But nobody ever sees that. Nobody ever observed that. We observe the opposite in this world. Sorry, Neil. You're pseudoscience, buddy.
Okay, in the sky. So we say, is there a star near to that spot? Because then we'd always be pointing in that direction. So the star closest to that spot is the North Star. And the North Star has a name. You know?
I want to guess, because the only star that I heard hear the name of all the time is the Dog Star.
Yeah, no, that's not.
Okay, well, there you go. I said it was a guess. It's not serious. It's not serious, the Dog Star.
Yeah, the Dark Star is Sirius. Sirius is the Dark Star, not the North Star. So the name of this star is sensibly Polaris.
Oh! Or the pole, or the axis. Polaris.
Polaris. And in fact, that was the name, I think, of America's first nuclear submarine, Polaris. In fact, the launch intercontinental ballistic missile.
Chuck got some Visine in.
So American.
I know.
So American. Okay? Drop a star on you.
But that produces energy to vaporize you just the way the centers of stars do. Right. It's the same thermonuclear mechanism and so on. So anyhow, so it's got a name, Polaris. Now,
Yeah,
Big Dipper,
David, he actually comments on that.
the lip is the Big Dipper. This part right here. Okay. The lip. So there's a handle, and then there's the cup, and the lip is the front edge of that cup.
Right.
That points to the North Star. Okay? That's how you can always find the North Star. Because the Big Dipper is very obvious in the northern hemisphere. Okay. And then it points, and you go like 4 segments up, and then boom, there it is. Okay. So there are a couple of issues with this. First, the North Star is not exactly above the pole. Okay? You can fit 2 full moon widths between it and the exact spot over the North Pole. Alright? Which means if you took a camera and a long exposure photo centered on the North Star will not be pegged in the middle. You'll see it make a circle. So it is not exactly above the North Star.
And the reason why you see them make the circle is because you have to...
I'm playing with my green screen, guys.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And so, otherwise you just take snapshots, you just get the stars where they are. But if you take a long exposure, you get the stars blurring, basically, but they blur with the rotation of the Earth. And so you'll see that it actually would trace a circle around the actual North Pole.
Okay.
Because people are saying, isn't it amazing that we have a star exactly over the North Pole? What are the odds? Well, it's not exactly.
The odds may be 0. That's a bad bet.
It's not exactly over the North Pole. Not only that, the lip of the Big Dipper kind of misses the North Star. If you did an exact line, it's off. So there's a lot of fakery going on. Not bad fakery, but just people want the sky to have more meaning than it actually does.
Wow.
And so you say things.
Did anyone catch that?
Sort of partly true, just to feel better about talk. So there's a lot of fakery going on. Not bad fakery, but just people want the sky to have more meaning than it actually does.
Wow.
And so you say things that are sort of partly true, just to feel better about what it is you're talking about.
Okay, so the North Star is kind of like...
Neil, you've been coming to my channel, haven't you? Maybe. You just Joe just probably talks about the Polaris like it's something that's not, to make himself feel better. Doesn't it sound like that? You just want to feel special. I think it's hilarious.
Directionally, kind of like getting aggressive in the hood.
It's kind of over there.
Yeah, man. So what you want to do? Now you want to keep on down there, you want to keep going and going, right? Right? And you're going to come to, so it's a car, right? But one of the wheels is up with a crate.
Yeah, make it right there.
Make it right there. All right? We'll keep going, right? Just keep going and going, right?
That's right. Directions on the sky from the stars are exactly like that. So, now let me tell you how bright.
Okay, we're going to go visit Winston.
It's not the brightest, but let me tell you. Take a guess.
Yeah, so these guys are all, they're fulfilling the scriptures that Enoch wrote when he said there'd be MC Toon, Blue Marble Science, Kyle Adams. Let's go there for a minute. Kyle Adams is awesome.
Join Swift and fly uphill with the indoor cycling app where fun is fast.
Ads. Don't give me any more ads, especially if you don't give me a volume button. There we go. There's Sean Hawkins in there. That's funny. What did I pause there?
Resume moments like
Sorry,
this
guys.
by protecting our kids against COVID-19.
Holiness in his life was more involved in politics, but as time went on, he got more involved in physics and was a member of the Royal
And
Society.
it's flat, ain't it, MC2?
And that was kind of the
I'm going to tell him he's live on my
premier
channel.
science group, I guess, of anywhere on the planet at that time. Henry Cavendish,
He's funny.
and that's who we're talking about, was actually elected into
This
the
isn't
Royal
the Kyle
Society
Adams that I know.
in the
Sorry,
60s.
guys.
Now, a lot of people don't know much about Henry Cavendish.
Oh, this is Blue Marble Science. Okay, I see.
So, getting into this experiment, actually. But when you look into his background, Henry was
Sean
involved
Hawkins
in all
is in
kinds
there.
of things. The guy was, I think, autistic. He was certainly asocial, that's for sure.
Okay, sorry, guys. That we're going somewhere else. We're going to Winston Gets It.
Yeah, it's flat.
Yeah, it is flat.
I can debate you. Then you can debate me? Yeah, what is it?
All
What are the
right.
questions? Yeah. What degree tilt is the Earth on? You're right. No argument. We were supposed to learn it a long time ago, bro. They just showed us cartoons and it said, let's move on to you came from apes.
Came out. That
Not
dog
here's the rocking room. Did you guys know the Earth's flat and they lied? They lied, bro. Look, one man knows the sun.
Yeah.
You guys think we went to the moon? Did you guys?
I'm going to put a link in the description.
Did you guys know that they lied about the Earth is actually flat? You know?
I didn't.
Whoops.
Did you guys know the Earth's actually flat and they lied? That's crazy, man. How do we know it's a flat? The government would never lie? The government would never lie.
Over there, it's fun. If you haven't
Hey, love that.
Winston, you got to
That's
subscribe.
why they told us to wear masks outside. We split them the very thing that keeps you alive, air. Because they love you and never lie. So the government lies alternatively.
Okay, so I'm turning that off for a minute. Anthony Dickinson said hello. So let's see here. Artist of that, yeah, this looks okay. Or is that with Sean? Oh, is Sean in here? I haven't seen Sean for a while. I think Sean's over at MC Tunes. That's what they're doing, I think. Question the answers says what's up. Let's see. Did I put it in there twice? I'll put it in again. That's Wits It Gets It live stream, and that's probably where I'll be in a few minutes anyway. And go check it out. He's in San Diego, and it's good stuff. Real good stuff. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. And yeah, the only thing that works on, or something that works on the globe only is globe math. So, have a good one, and thanks for hanging out.
But notwithstanding some of the signs that I saw come, that's why 81 million Americans voted for me, the largest number of votes in American history. Clear majority who supported when they supported me. Look, but notwithstanding.
We're expanding plastic recycling today, and we're aiming for zero waste in our operations in the U.S. and Canada by 2025. So
We invested to win the space race. We led the world in research and development. We led to the creation of the internet. And you know, but then something happened. We slowed up. We stopped investing in ourselves. America is still the largest economy in the world. We're still the most productive workers, the most innovative minds in the world. But we're risking losing our edge as a nation. Our infrastructure used to be the best in the world. Literally, not figuratively. Today, according to the World Economic Forum, we rank 13th. Our infrastructure, 12 nations have a better infrastructure than we do, which means they can move product, they can do so many things better than we can do it. All those investments have fueled a strong economy. We've taken our foot off the gas. I don't know what's happened. The world has taken notice, by the way, including our adversaries. And now they're closing the gap in a big way. So it's essential that we regain our momentum that we've lost. We work our, the work of our times, those of us who hold public office, is to prepare ourselves to be more competitive and to win the fast-changing 21st century global economy. Things are changing incredibly quickly. That's why I propose two critical pieces of legislation being debated back in Washington right now. Our competitors aren't hanging around and waiting to see what we're going to do. They've appointed billions of dollars in infrastructure and into this training their people for years now. Take China, for example. Now, I mean, clear that China uses unfair coercive practices to get ahead with their competitors, but that's not the whole of the story. They also invest in themselves. In recent years, China has spent around 3 times as much on infrastructure as a share of their economy than we have. 3 times. China now produces more steel in 1 month than America does in an entire year. You see it in the sector after sector. Other countries are speeding up and America's falling behind. You've got to reset the pace of that. You've got to set a different pace. Folks, we need to step up again. But the challenge today is one of economic competition. Let's learn from that history. Not because it was perfect, because Americans then did what we must do now. Invest in ourselves to show the world that American democracy works. You know,
So, who are you? I'm tomorrow. What is it about tomorrow? Her white cheeks. Her cool complexion from Casper.
Wow, that was a fatal flaw in my build. That generator can't be on my frame. I gotta fix that. Because when I get shot there, it just blows it up. So that kind of sucks. You know, this generator right here. And the engine's fine, just not the generator. Now I'm 3 over on power, so I was thinking if I took one of those off, and then leave me with having to fill that gap. That fit and that does, that's weird. Maybe if I did a 6x4 frame and then might be a little better. Leaves me with one more power point, so then I can put a car jack right there with some kind of that. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I guess I'm done. Good night.